So, what are the criteria for good research? So, there are some criteria to be a good researcher, conduct a good research. So, the first of all is the about the research objective, right? So we have to explain clearly about the purpose of the research, the aim of the research, and objective of the research. So that is the one of the criteria of a good research. For example, like if you want to do the topic about the mental health, and then what to do the research about the stress, right? The stress level among the maybe medical students. So you have to explain clearly that you want to do the stress and its effects among the medical students. Is the first year or final year medical students or all medical students. So your aims, objectives, or purpose should be clearly explained. That is the first criteria. The second one is related with research design, right? So if your research interest that the topic is related with the stress, so the research design should reflect the objective, right? So the research design should be chosen that reflects the research objective. Is not only that, in the research methodology as well, we have to explain clearly about the population, the time, the period of the study, the site of the study. All this should be the samples, right? Should be clearly explained. So research designs and research methodology that reflects the objective of the research is also very important. It's one of the criteria for the good research. And the third one is related with the instruments, right? Research instruments. So research instruments, it can be the questionnaires, it can be the for example, like if you want to know about the weight, as a can weigh machine. So if you want to measure the BP, it's a BP cup. These are the research instruments. So research instruments that you are going to use for your research should be valid and should be reliable. That is also very important, right? You cannot ask the question whatever you like for your research. The questionnaire should be valid and reliable as well, right? That is one of the criteria. Another one is doing the data collection, right? So we need to get the ethical approval for the data collections from the certain, or maybe like medical students should get the approval from the certain universities, and then data collection should be voluntary, not like compulsory or not like must, right? That is also one of the criteria of the good research. Okay, the next one is about the data analysis. So the analysis method that you are going to use should reflect or should tally with the research objectives and research design, right? So that is also important. And then based on the research findings, the interpretation of the research should be valid, as well as the interpretation, whatever the results are given, it can be good or it can be bad, should be written and explained in the research findings. And finally, the conclusion. The conclusion should be based on your research findings, based on your objectives, and it should just mention it should based on whatever it's a good results or it's a bad results. It should be explained in the conclusion. So these are the important criteria of the good research. And there are two things also mentioned that good research are systematic, right? Systematic means, as I mentioned in the previous introduction, it means that you follow the steps, the process of the research, the steps of the research. If you conduct the research systematically, it is a good research. And another thing is good research are logical. So logic means like to follow all the rules, regulations, then the criteria, the procedures. If you followed, and then if you conduct the valid research, that is also the good research criteria of the good research. Right.